Hey there, deckers. Welcome to another riveting how to install your deck product video. In this video, we will cover the step-by-step instructions to install the 8-foot load floor into your truck bed to complete the package with the 8-foot drawer system. Just a couple things to note before we get too carried away here. For this install, it'll be easiest to install the load floor first and the drawer system second. But if you already have a drawer system installed in your truck bed, don't freak out, don't sweat it. You'll be totally fine just dropping the load floor parts into the gap, but you may need to loosen your turnbuckles a little to create some extra shimmy space. Second, it's totally cool to use power tools. They're totally awesome. But if you do, make sure you're using modern cordless screw gun type tools with a clutch and a speed setting. Set the speed to the slow speed and the clutch in the bottom third of the torque range settings. This is important. It'll prevent you from overdoing it and torquing an insert out of the composite material. And finally, don't go rogue. Read the damn instructions and just take your time. To begin, if you're installing a drawer system into your 8-foot truck for the first time with the load floor kit, dig into the hardware kit from the drawer system and install the cab side tie downs from the drawer system into the bed before you get started. That's gonna make it way easier for you in the end. That's about it. Let's dive in and get started. Step number 1, get your feet on the ground. Arrange the 4 feet on the ground in front of you like this. For reference, the tab will be placed on the tailgate end of the assembly. Place a C-channel on each foot. Place them such that the slotted holes are on the same side as the tabs on the feet. Step 2, channel your energy. Start by installing a deck tie-down bracket on the 2 outer feet. Place it so that the loops are pointed away from the tabs on the outbound feet. Install a 1-inch bolt through the top hole through the C-channel, support foot, and the deck tie-down bracket. The flange nut goes on the tie-down side and the bolt goes on the other. Repeat for the bottom hole, and then repeat on the other side. Connect the 2 inside feet and C-channels with 2 2-inch long bolts and flange nuts in the top holes as shown. Step 3, get your panel on. With the tabs on the tailgate end of the assembly, the driver's side will be on your left, passenger on your right. Position the driver's side load panel on the left side of the load floor and align the mounting holes. Place a passenger side load panel on the apparatus and align the mounting holes as well. Loosely attach the load panels to the feet using the dog point screws in the hardware kit. You can tell by looking at the tips of the screws as they are tapered to prevent cross-threading. You're very welcome. This will align all the parts and pieces for the torsion brace install in the next step. Move to the side of the load floor which does not have the tabs. On the bottom of the feet, you will see that there are some bump ins with depressions for screws in them. Take your torsion brace and press it against the feet, sliding a rectangular spacer between the torsion brace and the foot. Align the center holes on the torsion brace to the spacers on the center feet, placing the torsion brace as shown with return pointing to you. Install 1-inch plastite screws through the center torsion brace holes and into the feet. Cuidado, amigo. These are thread cutting screws and will bite into the polymer, so don't over tighten lest they wish to strip out the holes and screw this whole operation up. Step number 3, this is your support team. Take a minute and make sure that the support feet are plumb. Install the last 2 remaining plastite screws into the outer feet. Now install the upper torsion brace with the 1-inch bolts and flange nuts. The return will be facing you on this one as well. Install the center nuts and bolts first, just like you did below. Align the center holes and push the C-channel up against the underside of the panel and fasten with a 1-inch bolt with flange nut inside the C-channel. Repeat with the other center nut and bolt. Fasten the ends of the upper torsion brace to the C-channel in the same manner with the 1-inch nut and bolt. Step number 4, it's truck time. Start by removing the passenger side panel and the 2 center driver side bolts. Hoist this bad boy up into your truck. As we mentioned earlier, if your drawer system is already in your rig, it ain't the end of the world. Just drop this hunk of manualness into that gap up there. Drop the passenger side panel onto the assembly. Place 1 connector washer into each oblong center bolt depression and reinstall the center and passenger deck dog point bolts. Tighten until snug. And like always, Torque Boy, don't over tighten these, just get them good and snug. Go back and tighten all the dog point bolts on the driver's side. And please don't go ham on these either. Snug is the drug. Anchors away, we're getting close. The turnbuckles are installed through the access ports or from below the panels, whichever is your pleasure. If you already have the drawers installed, you'll have to figure out which one is best. Center to the assembly in your bed. Set the turnbuckle jam nuts to their outermost position. Match the lengths of each threaded end of the turnbuckle. Adjust turnbuckles by holding each hook in a hand and then tighten or loosen by rotating the take-up without allowing hooks to rotate, like this. Hook one side of the turnbuckle through the deck tie-down bracket and the other end onto the factory cabside tie-down. Tighten by rotating the take-up. There is a small R stamped on the turnbuckle to help identify which end is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This will save you a lot of grief. Once you like how the system is centered, tighten completely by hand until the turnbuckles no longer wiggle. Then, tighten the jam nuts up against the take-up firmly. Install the stash bins, stash bin lids, and access lids. All right, nice work. You got that load floor in there. You're ready to start on step 2. So continue with the drawer system install. The instructions are in the drawer system hardware box. Or if you've already done the drawer system, it's time to celebrate yourself with a cold one and a high five to whomever might be within arm's length. You did a big timer. If you have any questions or issues with your install or any deck products, we're here to help. Reach out to our customer experience team and they'll get you dialed in. Or you can leave a comment in this video, hit us up on the socials, send us an email, a smoke signal, mental telepathy, whatever it takes, we're here to help. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're already a deck customer, thank you for being a part of our crew. And if you're on the fence about dropping in on an 8-foot drawer system or any other deck product, hopefully this helped push you over the edge. We look forward to working with you. And thanks again for tuning in.